Good evening, everyone, and welcome to RLH's. We've already got a retirement. Welcome along to RLH C2 for another round of the Asia Cup, round 7 tonight. And yep, you can already see what this evening is going to be like. We've already got a retirement of Chem Gozen through turn 3 out of the exit. Yep, look at him, he's round. And I think that kind of sets the scene for the evening. Singapore, one of the tracks where you always, without a doubt, do see a safety car or a VSC, one of the two. And yeah, welcome tonight. Could we see potentially a 7th winner in 7 races? If it's going to be done, it's going to be done by this man on your screen right now, Donkey Dan. He at the moment is probably one of the 7 drivers who you would see to get, you would think to get a win, but hasn't got one yet. As he's always been around that top 3. He's got a few pole positions so far this season, so I would expect him soon enough to get himself a win under his belt then. So as he's going on his lap right now, we'll probably wait for the second runs to really show lap times and show the perfect run around here, as I believe Prince Killer will do that pretty perfectly, but he's on his run right now. I want to see a full lap really from the drivers here today, as all he runs quite wide as he starts that. Then Wesley goes first with a 1 minute 37.9. He's using the hard tyres, which means most probably this is going to be a dry race then, so it's not going to be wet, it's not going to be induced by the wet conditions at all, as Prince goes, what, 3/10 quicker than Wesley on his first run on the hard. Shabby goes even quicker by 3/10. All the drivers separated by 3/10 so far in the intervals. Donkey Dan goes 2 thousandths quicker than Wesley, as now times are being set across the board then. Can't I Joe in behind as well. Up to the line, we'll go P5 with Dogovs and P6. Seems like the drivers are now getting their lap times in, and tonight, could it be the first person to get their 2nd win of the season then, as we see some comments coming in now, and I expect before long we should see everyone just starting to join, and hopefully my mic is on, because it seems like someone's just left. Hopefully my mic's on, otherwise I'm going to absolutely kill myself. Nope, he's going to make it 7 for 7. 7 from 7 is surely Donkey Dan. Yeah, Dan, he's had good pace last season. He's surely going to be Dan if this is going to really work. As who else hasn't got a win yet? DeLuke hasn't got a win, but he hasn't really been up there. Potentially, it can't be Fiscal. Fiscal's already won. Has Mamba won a race? That's a question I've got to ask myself. So that doesn't seem like Mamba's actually won one. Invisible does have a chance if he's on the through that middle sector now, then coming down into the 2nd sector, as the 2nd Ferrari really put in the 2nd place spot by Prince Killer, who's had some exceptional results this season. Mamba won Bahrain then. Okay, so yeah, so basically everyone, well, everyone who I think the win, yeah, top 5 at the moment have all got a win to their name except for Donkey Dan. Could Cotton Eye Joe spice things up? He's probably not on the pace to really do that right now. Yeah. Ted Kravitz, yes, hello Ted Kravitz. What did I say last week? You're going to be my Ted Kravitz, and it seems like it's happening. As Wesley now on his 2nd lap already with 11 minutes to go. So Wesley's going to be the person that we're going to ride on board with, as I think actually Prince is on his 2nd lap as well. So 2 people on their 2nd lap then. We're just going to ride on board from that middle sector then, unless I think we should just ride on board with Invisible. And look at that. Oh, DeLuke again held up potentially by 10k. No, they're both. I think DeLuke is on a... Or is he on a warm-up lap? The champion back in Season 3 then. So those two, I'm not sure what really DeLuke is doing. It seems like he's gone for an invalid, so he's going to go once again for a valid lap. By the way, while that was happening, Invisible got himself up into P6, just 2/10 off Wesley as well. So Invisible does seem to have a good bit of pace around here, but still 8/10 off of his Shabby. Shabby in the comments now. What tyres is everyone on? I will check tyres right now as Marco Bota, first person to head onto the mediums with a 36.9. He just won the Romania Championship, a completely different track, so don't worry about that. There's nothing to show of his pace here today. Interesting weather. Oh no, what's the weather today then? Shabby, would you like to let us know what weather we're expecting tonight then? Oh my, so it could be something a bit different. If it's rain at the end, I will honestly do something to myself after the race, because that'd be interesting. So tyres fitted, so yeah, the best lap time so far for these drivers, all on those kind of tyres. So it seems like everyone's on laps at the moment. I haven't been very good at finding someone on a lap. Dan is on a lap right now. He's coming up to line. Can he improve on those hard tyres? He does. He goes P2. What a lap time. Wow, Dan is really on the pace. Oh, wow. Rain in the middle. So does that mean maybe a 2 or 3 stop strategy? Oh, wow. That is really interesting. So Dan... Oh, this is going to be all about strategy here today. Whoever gets it right on strategy could go well. One thing that's really surprising me though, Fiscal is on the softs. So is Mamba. They're both on the soft tyres. I'm not sure what their strategy is here today. And Shabby's going to go for the hards then. So Fiscal and Mamba's going to say, I think he's bluffed on the softs there. And now Fiscal, let's run on board with Fiscal for a lap then as he comes down in towards turn 1, taking in gear 3. Not the most attacking approach into the first few corners then, as it seems like he's gone for more of a straight line approach. But on these softs he should be able to get a good traction and good time then as he comes through. It looks like he's had a little bit of a slide out that corner. But as now flies down the back straight then, down Raffles Boulevard, coming down into turn number 7, then he goes and hitting that apex on the inside there, coming down into 8, now down into gear 2. Good turn in there from the Alpha driver. He's got no teammate here tonight, or Big Baguette, what a name that is. Yeah, for the 7, yeah, surely for the 7 out of 7 narrative. Imagine if it was 8 out of 8. I feel like here tonight, as we just run on board with Fiscal, it seems like Marco Bota has made a mistake. Seems like, yeah, he's just going slow. Fiscal still on his lap then. We'll run on board with Fiscal. Could it be 8 out of 8? Goldie, if you join back. I don't think you probably can. And look at that, yeah, Fiscal going purple. What you should really expect. Should be getting into the 35s. Maybe mid 36 for Fiscal, knowing his pace. But we'll just see what he can do then. That is some quick times. Yeah, so 36 is on the hards. Very good so far from these guys. But I assume that they'll be wanting to go even quicker. And here we go then, Fiscal on the softs then, round the final 2 corners, now through 21 and 22. Up to line, that is pole. Only by 0.3 of a second though. Fiscal probably will get shadowed down by some of the top 5 really, maybe top 6 on the mediums. And look at this. So Wesley doing another lap on these hards, and these hards, he can't have 2 sets. No, these are fitted. These are 2 lap old hards then. 38-1 on the hards in Grand Prix. Yeah, Brett, these guys are different level. I feel like they're all really going for it now. The championship is so close. I think 5 drivers separated by 9 points. That is absurd. Purely because Prince chatting Swaz today and see what I want to say. Yeah. And also, yeah, I don't want Prince to do well here tonight. Prince said I was going to crash last night, so I don't like his agenda, so I don't want Prince to do well. Let's have a look at C4 then. How is C4 doing on? I think they've got the same amount of drivers. No, they've got 15. Right, so let's go back to our stream then, as Wesley on his outlap. I don't think he is on an outlap. I don't understand. I know Wesley isn't on an outlap because he's just done a lap. So we'll keep an eye on Wesley. But it seems like Shabby is in 0 EOS. He may have screwed up his lap then. So Donkey Dan on the mediums. So mediums can go what? Are both Renaults on the mediums? 10K is on the mediums as well. So both Renaults going medium. Okay, so this could really change some stuff up. So Renault's going aggressive. Mediums can run about, what, 13, 14 laps in this race. So about almost half distance. That'll be an interesting one for the Renaults then, because you could stretch them to the middle of the race, but we just don't know when the rain is going to hit in this race. Renault, yeah, slipstream plan, it seems like it. As why are we down to 3 viewers? Where are our viewers tonight? I need to, come on lads. Let's get this stream up and running then. Let's get some viewers in the stream. Come on, we usually get 12 viewers. Where are all the viewers tonight? I'm going to put it in the general chat. I'm going to put it in the QVR chat, because why the hell not? Boom. I'm just sharing the link, making sure people come and watch 7 from 7 tonight. As there you go then. Share the link, guys. We don't have many viewers here tonight at the moment. Don't know what's happening, but we'll get the link shared. As don't think YouTube was really working. Okay, so that's really why then. So Dan at the moment is about to. I think he's about to start his lap. Yes, he is. So meanwhile, so we saw Wesley on the lap. So Wesley's gone a 37.3, only a tiny bit off his teammate actually. Very good from him. But let's ride on board with Dan then. So Dan is our hope for 7 from 7. And here we go then, Dan coming through towards turn number 4 then. This is going to be interesting, turn 5 actually, excuse me. But now down the back straight, and look at this. You can kind of see both Renaults in a little bit of tandem. You can see there's a tiny bit of tandem there, but it's 10K in EOS Mode 0. They're both pushing, so I don't think there is going to be any kind of help between the two Renaults. So they're all for one and one for all. It doesn't seem like much teamwork. Cyril won't be too happy about that one. Don't think there's going to be a toe down the back straight then. But now Dan coming through that middle sector then. He's going to ride over the curb on the inside there. Get a good exit. The best exit he can. Look at that, riding right so close to the barriers there. And now entering the back straight then. No DRS on this back straight anymore. I believe there was at one point. But now it's just the pure straight line speed of the car. He only goes down it into gear 6 then. Holds it really low on the gearing. As look at that, Marco Bosa. 4 laps on the medium. Surely those tyres are going to die before long then. As now Shabby in the pit, sorry, excuse me. Donkey Dan coming through that final sector. We'll run on board with 10K up to line then. As Prince goes faster. He goes at 35.4. Very clean lap. Can 10K improve? He goes P2. Dan up to line then. He goes P1. Dan has got some pace here tonight, and he's not afraid to show. He goes a 10th quicker than Prince Killer. And here we go. Then the narrative is still going on. Dan's confident around this track, and at the moment, he's got that pole position. Will any of the Mercedes, the Silver Arrows, have anything to say about that with 2 minutes and a quarter to go then? Those Mercedes still in the pits. Everyone just coming out on their laps now. DeLuca at the moment only up by a 10th of a second. It's not been a positive start for the Haas. Trying to ride over those curves doesn't seem like the best for him then. Let's go down 8 for 8. I wonder who will get the 8. Who would you say would get the 8th then, Goldie? I'm interested who you'd think the 8th potentially could be. Potentially, if he gets it right, Invisible. We haven't seen much from him this season. Yeah, 7 from 7. And Dogob's around the final corner. He's run a bit wide there. He's not going to get that one pulled off. Anyone on laps then? Fiscal's on a lap on the softs. Would be interesting to see that. DeLuca goes P4. But it is a solid, what, 7/10 of a 10K. And Black Mamba has got himself in the middle of those two. Only 2/10 quicker than DeLuca. Is this not the McLaren's track then? Is the McLaren not very happy with that? That's his final lap over and done with. As anyone now on an outlap just needs to get around quick enough. People on outlaps far enough round so they'll be able to set a lap time. Then Dogob's on a lap. It seems not clean through there. Deniz still not set a lap time. And he's invalidated once again. I don't think Deniz is going to get a time on the board. Other people still set laps then. Wesley, Shabby, Invisible, Cotton Eye Joe. All 4 people who we think could do well in this race still haven't set laps. Marco Bosa, he's going to start on the mediums unless people can push him out. If those 4 can push him out, Marco will start a beautiful P11 and we'll be able to get the strategy perfectly right. I feel like the person who will go P11 will get strategy and masterclass and strategy, excuse me. As Fiscal at the moment on his lap. Anyone ahead? We see a Mercedes and a Ferrari. I assume that will be Wesley and Invisible. And that is Shabby actually, excuse me. And now Fiscal, first person to finish his lap then. He's run out of EOS then. Up to the line for the strategy person. Is he going to go any faster? He does go faster by a 10th of a second, but it won't improve his position on track then. Everyone now starting to flood their lap times in. We've got Dogobs coming through the final sector. Fiscal's retired from the session. In behind we do have a Haas of DeLuca, goes P5. And in behind we had a Taurus of Deniz, who has not set a lap time. So Deniz down in 13th. Could this be Could this be something in terms of strategy that we need to have a look at? Mamba will be heading into the pits. Then in behind, though, we do have a certain Prince Killer. Here we go. This will be interesting. Round the final sector, the Ferrari goes. Is he going to improve? He seems to be flying on this lap then. Will it be an improvement? He's keeping on going. It seems to be an improvement. Up the line he goes, P1, with a 1 minute 35.2 then. In behind, we have the two Renaults. And it seems like 10K will not be improving on this lap then. Now it's all down to Dan. He seems to be improving. He seems to be doing well. Oh, he's lost it. Out of there. Is that going to lose him any chance of the pole position? Round the final corner he comes. Is he going to be an improvement? Yes, it is. He goes pole. The narrative still goes along Donkey Dan at the moment. P1. Can Shabby or Wesley do anything about it? Up to line, we see Cotton Eye Joe go P4 there. Good lap from him. We've still got the two Mercs out on their lap. We've still got, oh, that's Shabby. Shabby's invalidated on his lap then. He's going to start as high as P9. Wesley in behind. So Invisible slots into P4. Where will Wesley go? Can Wesley disturb these guys up at the top? Up to line for the Mercedes. And he has invalidated. Both Mercedes invalidating on their last lap. Oh my. Oh. Depends how early the rain comes. The Mercedes boys may think to take it longer. As I said, on the hard's keeping it safe. Yeah. Who knows? But here we go then. So Wesley will start outside the top 10. That could be pivotal for the race then. But on pole today, the narrative still continues. We're going to touch with for this narrative of 7 and 7. It's 6 and 6 at the moment. Donkey down on pole. Second place is Prince Killer. And third is 10K. P4 goes to Invisible. P5 is Cotton Eye Joe Toulouse. P6, Black Mamba. P7, DeLuca. P8, Let's Get Fiscal. P9 goes to Marco Bota. P10 is Shabby 2K. P11, RLH Wesley. P12, Dogas. P13, Deniz. And Chem goes in, crashing on his first lap then. Shabby is so mad. But Shabby, you're on the hards. Potentially could be good. Sick time from Donkey. Yeah, a great time from Donkey Dan. He wants to keep this narrative going. It seems like C2 is up for anyone to take. 2 poles from him in a row at Singapore. Very good from him there. And now I'm going to check. Actually, guys, I'm just going to go head downstairs and get myself some water while we're on this formation lap. Please do excuse me for the minute of no talking. I'm just going to try and put some non-copyright sounds on in the background while we wait. Just going to put on something. I don't know if you can hear that, guys. Excuse me, I'll be a minute. My phone fell. Oopsies. Oopsies. Oh dear, that didn't stay. But welcome back, guys. And we'll go through the tyres in a minute for people outside the top 10. As here we go then. Hopefully, was there any noise coming out of that? I'm just going to check right now. Hang on. Yeah, you can hear. Here we go then. Right. Let's go on this formation lap then. Let's have a look at the tyres that the drivers have chosen for today's race then. So outside the top 10, this will be pivotal for what the strategy may hold. Outside the top 10, they're all starting on hards. So does this mean that rain will only come in near the end of the race then? Renault first and third, 18 points over Mercedes, 10th and 11th on the grid. Could change constructors if it stays that way. I would say that, Goldie, but then just think about who the Mercedes drivers are. Shabby, a win to his name. Wesley, a win to his name. Wesley got it in a certain, what do you call it? China. Shabby got it, I think in Azerbaijan? I think? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to clarify myself on that one. But Fiscal obviously could be in the chance if strategy goes his way. At the moment, I'd be very surprised if it did, considering he's the only driver on the soft tyres. So he's going to have to 2-stop in this race then for it to work. It may be even a 3-stop for him today then. But here we go then. We're almost ready to line up for the Singapore Grand Prix then. Last time out, this guy got second, and we heard the famous fiscal second what. As now we're getting ready to line up on the grid. Everyone is now in their AI. As already Donkey Dan, to finish the narrative, C2 seems to be completing 2012 season so far then. Is it going to be a good start from all these drivers? Dan needs to get a good start off the grid. They're both on the medium tyres. Prince Killer, I believe, had one more run on the mediums than Dan, so Prince's tyres are going to be a little bit older. But now, here we go then, to the start. Will Dan really work from this end? If we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in Singapore, in Marina Bay, and it's lights out, and away we go for the drivers here today. Who's got the better start off the grid? It seems to be Donkey Dan down to turn 1. Prince is challenging, so it's, oh, Teke, Prince is round. Oh my, the amount of voice breaks I had there. Prince Killer is round, and he is, oh no, Prince is round. Turn number 1 then. 10K tried to run alongside, and already loads of people exchanging positions, side-by-side action in the mid-pack then, as now Wesley and Black Mamba side-by-side, and it seems like in behind DeLuca is still there with Marco Bota side-by-side at the back, and we've got 4 wide almost at the back there, as look at that down the inside. Marco Bota goes of DeLuca. Let's get Fiscal up the inside of Deniz as well. Loads of positions exchanging. Prince Killer is going to be so mad with that so far today as Dan runs away. Cotton Eye Joe, great start in second. Invisible there as well. 10K P4, not a good start for the Renault there. Mamba in 5th, Wesley 6th. We fly through this corner then. Everyone just trying to get through. 2 Force Indies at the back of them. The Prince closing in on the back. I don't know if he's lost front wing then. Has the Ferrari. Could have been winning this race then. Has he got damage? He seems to have come through clean then. Prince has been lucky at the moment as we've got purple sectors from Donkey Dan, of course. Prince has got some content for his meme. Of course he does. He's going to hate that straight away. But Donkey Dan flies through. These guys flying through the final sector now. They're just proceeding through towards the end of the lap then, and it seems like it's just going to be staggered all the way as the Constantino effect will happen through this final sector, and then they'll all stretch out once again as we come through. And Donkey Dan now 5 tenths clear of Cotton Eye Joe. He seems to be really on it today. Does the Red Bull driver, could he be the 7 in 7 tonight then? He's looking like he's got good pace. Does the Turk here tonight then, in behind Invisible. All the top 3 at the moment, let me know this to you, the top 3, all of them have not got a win today then. Shabby, DeLuca's round. DeLuca's lost some positions. Has he lost any front wing with that? Yeah, I'm just going to check. Yeah, DeLuca's hit the wall somewhere as we see all the silver arrows come past, and that is the Haas driver in the wars early on then. As look at that down the inside, will Dogobs go? Prince still looking for any kind of moves he can get there, as he's now going to get held up by DeLuca and Chem Gozen and Dogobs. He needs to get past them quick as now, look at that, almost a second between them now, between Dan and Cotton Eye Joe. I think I heard a bit of front wing there go. I think that may have just been on my end though. As now, look at that, everyone's just trying to get through. And now, look at that, looks like Chem Gozen down to 14th. Lost a bit of time, maybe a bit of front wing as well. No front wing gone there, but it seems like there's now really 2 packs forming. Wesley the head of one, Mamba the head of the other. Wesley is on the hard side. Put this into perspective, Wesley and Shabby both on the hard. As now Prince Killer has got past the damage to Luca then, as now it seems like a 3rd pack is also arising with Fiscal the head of that one on the stops. That will die very quickly into the race then, but at the moment we see 3 trains now, with one actually going very soon, as now flying off into the distance. Donkey Dan and Cotton Eye Joe go. 9 tenths separates them. It seems like Cotton Eye Joe may have had a mistake in sector 1. That really cost him, as now he's keeping within 8-9 tenths of a second as DRS is now enabled. Will he be able to hold on to that DRS? Is now DeLuca very early on into the pits. I assume this will be for the hard tyre. And don't worry, I don't think DeLuca's any way out of this race so far. As Fiscal trying to, oh, look at that round the outside. Prince Killer goes off Fiscal. Good move for the Ferrari driver to get up another position then. Seems like the Alpha driver not liking these conditions. Oh, he's surely struggling on the tyres. They must be overheating for him here today then. The softs just aren't working. I remember him on the hards last time out in Singapore then, and went long until the safety car, which really helped him out. Obviously, the likes of QVR Chill were in that race, and he lost it on the final lap. That final lap last time out was one to really be surprised about. Let's say that one. As now Cotton Eye Joe still within a second of Donkey Dan then. Can he hold that time? That will be interesting. None of the top three have won yet. No, they have not. That is what I mentioned. That is something really interesting in this race so far. Dan runs a bit wide out that corner. I'm not sure if that is penalised for running wide out that one. But it seems like, yeah, if we could get one of these top three winning the race, touch wood, then my goodness, that would leave something for round 8 then. I'm not sure when it gets to a point where not people are close together. I'll have a look at the standings. But here we go then. Prince Killer is the first person to get himself a time penalty. Time penalties, I feel like, will be very important in this race because it seems like everyone gets stuck in trains behind one person. And now Donkey Dan has broken the second gap, as now Prince really needs to get past Dogarbs if he's going to get anywhere in this race. Deniz gets a penalty. Now this will be Prince's chance to strike then. He goes up the inside of Dogarbs, and that will be that then for P10. Then Prince back in the points early on. That's what he needed after that turn 1 collision then. And now he's got a 2.5 second gap to fill, and I don't think that'll be too hard between the hards and the mediums considering how many traction zones there are then. Seems like he's just saving a bit of fuel going up the gears early then, getting the traction that he needs. As out in front, 1.2, 1.3 separates the top 3. Then look at this, the Renault of 10K coming back strong after that lap 1 incident with Prince. It's Renault versus Ferrari like it was on that first lap, as Deniz picks up another penalty. Deniz has picked up 2 very quickly actually. I'm just going to check. Give me a sec, lads. He's got so many warnings this lap then. So Deniz is not on his strong game today then. As now coming through the next section of the track then. Deniz not looking on his game, not looking very strong on the track then. There's now, look at that gap, it's now 3 seconds between Shabby and Deniz and the Mercs, both of them on the hards then. That will be very interesting to see where it goes in the race. They're obviously going to go long and hope that the rain doesn't really affect them until later on then. One thing about C1 last night was the rain just didn't stop. It's a completely opposite situation, but the rain just didn't stop on those inters when they were told they would, so people got punctures on the intermediates. Lakitu, the person who was in first, had the biggest mess up. He went too long on the inters and got a puncture. That is one thing that drivers on the mediums need to look out for if the rain hits, but just not hard enough. I assume someone will go early and try and head into the wet then, but we just don't know what the conditions hold then. It could be just a little spit of rain and then it's over and done with. Excuse me. Hit me out of penalties gave me 2 podiums this season, including 1 last night, so that's going to be important exactly around here. Look, you can already see a train forming behind Cotton Eye Joe now as Donkey Dan flies away like he needs to complete this narrative. As yeah, look at this, Cotton Eye Joe holding up Invisible. He's not really holding up Invisible yet, but it seems like at the moment he could be in the midst of a little bit of a hold up there. Go Donkey, says Rene. At the moment that narrative is happening. So Rene, I'm not sure if you are aware with what's happening at the moment, but at the moment 6 races, 6 drivers. Dan has not won a race yet. If he wins this race, it will be 7 and 7. 7 in 7. It's going to be like the F1 2012 season all over again. Is Dan the Maldonado that it needs? Is he that person? I don't think Maldonado won the 7th actually. I wonder who won the 7th, because if anyone can tell me, that'd be very nice of them. But now look at that 10K within that DRS of Invisible. Last time out's race winner. Made it 6 and 6. The Renault, is this Renault's time to shine then? Seems like P1 and P4, Mercedes at the moment in P6 and P8. It seems like Renault's have got the up game in C2 at the moment. Black Mamba just behind in that McLaren. Both really strong at the moment, keeping it consistent, keeping the penalties out of it, it seems. Donkey having Cotton Eye Joe and Invisible behind is a good opportunity to give him some reaction time later on when the weather comes in. Exactly. It seems like it may become pivotal because these guys not really fighting with Dan. He's got a little bit more pace due to lap 1. As Shabby and Marco Bosa almost exchanging positions. Oh, Shabby goes into the back of the Williams, and that's surely damage for the Mercedes. We're going to have to check on board then. I don't think Shabby's got damage. I don't think Shabby has damage. How has he not got damage from that? I will not know. Marco really struggling with the tyres now. We put 4 laps on them earlier on. Remember that in qualifying. As I really just want to see another angle that can help. I don't think Shabby got damage from that. I don't know. 27 Button, Alonso, Rosberg, Vettel. So basically Dan at the moment is the Hamilton that we need at the moment to make it 7 and 7. Webber was last time out. Just those names just feel the nostalgia in my brain then. But at the moment Prince Killer not looking like he's going to make it 2 and 2. Stop behind Deniz now, and then he's got another 2.5 second gap to fill. Asia, Fiscal, Mamba, Wesley, Shabby, Prince, 10K. My goodness, it is amazing. I don't understand how Fiscal got that win, but it's just made the narrative even stronger then. Just look at that. It's perfect. And look at this, Marco Bosa now with Shabby up the inside. And look at that, Shabby now for that P7. He's still looking. I feel like the 2 Mercs have still got a very good chance of winning this race. And look at that, Wesley maybe now coming into his own, as now the mediums maybe past their peak. And now look at this, the Merc only 1.9 behind. This could be pivotal for the race. If you can get onto the back of this train, get a bit of DRS now. Welcome, Ties. I don't know, please, I don't know if you have PSN or anything, but welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it today, as now down into the next few corners then. Up to, oh, hello, Gexy, woo! I knew I understood the name from somewhere, but I didn't really know. Hello. As yellow sector 2, that's Prince off! Prince is off into the wall! And is that rain? We've got rain, ladies and gentlemen. We have rain in this race, so it looks like the rain has caught out Prince Killer. Here we go then. It's all going to change now. I feel like the medium tyre runners have called this perfectly then. We have rain. And Prince Killer will not be enjoying that one. He's going to have to pit now for extra tyres. And he surely can't go onto the inters this early then. Gexy, you've joined in both. Well, one Ferrari is really in the wars here today, and then so now this is really where the medium tyres will thrive, except for the hard tyres. So now these top 5 will really want to fly away, really, and now it all gets very interesting. Where is the crossover point? Medium drivers have got that right then. It seems like they are in the right position right now. I really should, yeah, you really should, because I don't know who you are, and I'm now going to keep calling you Ties, Gexy, just for the foreseeable future. So Prince Killer in, he's surely going to have to go into softs. He's gone onto hard. Why has he gone onto hards? Surely that's not the right call for Prince Killer then. We're almost a third into this race now. Has Prince gone for the right call here? So Luca picks up a penalty and Fiscal in behind. We're just going to see the tyre difference here. So surely DeLuca's going to be really struggling on those hards compared to Fiscal. So Ferrari's yeah, Ferrari spinning. Yeah, so now you're really going to see everyone. So softs compared to hards. Oh no, probably Fiscal's not the right person. Oh, Fiscal's out of this race. And is that going to be a safety car? We don't know. So Fiscal second is definitely not happening. And it seems like we've been let off. No safety. Oh, safety car. And here we go then. This is where the drivers have to be really careful. Do they pit for the intermediates? They've got 3 laps. Will inters be the right call? Or will they pit to it? This has come at the perfectly wrong time. Dan pits. Does anyone stay out? Cotton Eye Joe comes into the pits then. Invisible heads into the pits. Is this the time then to head into that pit lane? So 10K will really slow down here to make sure there isn't a double stack. There obviously will be a double stack. Is that Wesley staying out? Wesley staying out on the hards then. Will Shabby pit? Oh my god, look at this. Everyone's so close. Shabby goes into the pits then. And onto the inters they go. Dan onto the hards. Dan onto the hards. Was that the right call? I think Dan just may have ruined his race there. Why did he pit for the hards? Mambo onto the hards, so is 10K. Why have they pit hard? Does anyone know why potentially they would have pit hard? I'm as confused as everyone. Surely intermediates is the right tyre around here. This will help out Prince Killer though. Oh, Prince hits the wall. 10K backing up everyone up. Nice work. Yeah, of course he wants to stay ahead of Mamba now. I don't know, guys. Chem goes and heads into the pits. Again. Oh no, I think he's just head out. Not enough rain. Big oof. Yeah, Fiscal unlucky. Just a bit too much, I think oversteer, yeah. And not enough rain. Yeah, it seems like at the moment. But the question, it seems heavy enough. DRS hasn't been disabled yet, but obviously we are on a safety car, so it would kind of say. But I just don't think it's wet enough yet. Yeah, look at that, Wesley. Actually, to be fair, I think Inters is the right. Yeah, there's spray now. There is spray on track. Exactly, Goldie. Yeah, no, this is Inters. This is intermediate conditions. It's way too hard. Yeah, look at that. Dan and Wesley struggling so much. Has Dan put his race down the drain then? Yeah, it's definitely Inters. It is not dry. It is not dry conditions on track. That is not hard. That is complete and utter. That is not China weather. So surely Wesley and Dan will head into the pits again. Surely. Look at that. No, their tyres are not suited. They're going to have to pit again. That is wet. Will Wesley pit? They're not pitting. They're not pitting. Why aren't they pitting? This is... Look at this. 10K is going so slow. They've got to pit. Surely. Yeah, look at that. There is no way this is hard tyres. No way. 10K surely pits. Yes, he does. Mamba pits as well. I think the top two have got this all wrong. 10K gets a penalty. The top two have got this so wrong. This is... Yeah, look, Prince Killer struggling as well. Why didn't the top two pit? It struggles me. Wesley has a very high IQ. It seems that I just don't... Unless this rain just doesn't worsen. I don't know if we're seeing the heaviness of the rain right now. It depends how long the rain goes on for. If it's another 5 minutes of this rain, the hard tyres may be the right ones. Lads, I'm just not sure. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. That's what I said, Goldie. I think we're on the same boat here. It's a big risk. Maybe a race winning. I don't know. But the good thing is, guys, the narrative still continues with Donkey... sorry, not Donkey Dan. With Cotton Eye Joe and Invincible as well then. If those two have completed the right strategy call here. I just don't know. It's surely too wet. Surely. And now, look at these guys. 22 seconds behind. Will 10K close up in time? That's another thing. Guys, what do we think? Who's made the right call? There's 14 of you here. Let me know what you think. Has Wesley made the right call or has Joe made the right call? Let me know, Wesley or Joe. The wet guys. Wet guys. Yeah, let me know. So, say, type Wesley or Joe in the chat. Good job, Shabby game. Oh no, Shabby's got wing damage. Shabby's got wing damage. Has he? I don't think Shabby... Oh my! 20 more laps. How much damage? Yeah, surely that's not enough. I don't know. Why aren't the hard drivers think it's not wet enough? I am so confused right now. Why the whole of the other field is on inters? If I was them, I would so pit onto the inters right now. It seems like the right call, but if Wesley and Dan get this right, my goodness, they have pulled off the strategy masterclass of a lifetime. But it just doesn't seem right. Look how much there is. Are the inters there's so much spray on track. Look at that. Invisible is literally looking into a cloud of spray. I don't know. This is... I am struggling for words right now. I am really struggling. We're just going to have to see. This will surely be the final lap of safety car conditions. I don't know. What are we saying in the chat then? Vroom vroom. I don't know. Guys, what would you do? The 16 of you here, if you're in this situation, would you pit onto the inters or would you go onto the hards? Safety car will be in this lap, surely yes. But would you go hards or inters? Let me guys know. There's 3 of you really chatting in the chat right now. 2 of you really hards or inters. Who knows? Wesley. Surely, yeah. There's just potentially there's no puddles really. Inters. 2 people guessing for the inters then, as the safety car will probably, there you go, safety car in this lap. Prince Killer catches up just in time. Seems like the comments are saying inters. Chat is looking certain on the inters then, and now it really shows as the lights go green. Is there enough spray for inters, or are we seeing China 2.0 then? Has the safety car come out the perfect time for the top 2? We just don't know. We're gonna have to wait and find out. As the lights go green, will we see a spinner? Wesley proceeds to pit for full weight. I think personally, if I was on this track, I would have gone pit inters. I would have gone with the masses. It would get me a podium for sure. So now, these 2 are risking. It's glory or nothing for these drivers. Let's have a look then. Who has made the right call? As the lights will surely any second now go green. And yes, look at this. Carnai Joe has picked it right. Lights are green. Carnai Joe into lead. Second place is invisible. Down towards turn number 1 we go. And look at this. Donkey that is being eaten up by everyone. The Hards surely weren't the right call. As look at this. Everyone getting past Wesley and Dan now. Dan down into 8th. Maybe even 10th. Yes, it's 10th now for Dan. It surely is not the right call. There's more damage up front. Deniz seems to have lost it into Wesley. It's 3 wide. Chem goes to the outside as well. Has Wesley picked up damage as well then as we fly through the first sector? And someone will crash over another safety car in the next 2 laps. Look at this, almost 4 wide. Oh my! Out of range as well then. Ran the outside. Chem goes and tries to go up to Deniz. Oh, surely. Oh my, this wet conditions is not helping out these drivers in the slightest then. Under green flags, Chem goes in up the inside. Now that's DeLuca up the inside as well then as we go. And look at that, DeLuca maybe trying to make the most of the tyres then. He tries to go on the inside of Chem goes in. Oh my. So it looks like Dan and Wesley, yes, surely. Rain stopped. Rain has stopped. The rain has stopped. Lads, the rain has stopped. This is going to change everything. Look how slow the back 2 are. How long will this rain go on? I don't know. Marco in this narrative as well then. Mamba gets a penalty. The rain has stopped everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. So top 3 have not won a race. Dogarb's in P5 as well in the back of this train. 4 of the top 5 have not won a race this season. My goodness. C2, another spanner in the works then. And now, invisible pits. Will this be for dries? Hello, Maurice. As have these drivers picked the right tyre then? What does Invisible... It's pit time! It's pit time! Onto the hard day he'll go! Has Dan picked this right? I think Dan's got this right! Oh my! It's a crossover point once again! That was... Oh my, will the pack get 20 seconds ahead of Donkey and Wesley? No, the switchover has happened! I think they have predicted it perfectly. Dan and Wesley have got themselves a bag of a lead! Dan's still losing time though. Is it the time for the changeover? There's nothing left on track. Mambo and Cotton Eye Joe. What a madness. This is crazy in C2. There's no spray left on track. There's a tiny bit left on Cotton Eye Joe. I think Joe may have this perfect. We're having a look at the deltas right now. It's 9.1 between Dan. It's 9.2. The deltas are going up. We're going to check these deltas. This is going to be pivotal for the race then. 9.0. It's a changeover point. It is a changeover. So where does Cotton Eye Joe and Mamba come out? It's 8.9. Yep. It is time for everyone to go into the pits. What a strat then from Dan and Wesley. They have banked on the safety car and it has worked to perfection. It seems to have. And look at them now. They're going to be flying away. I think Wesley has damage though, doesn't he? Wesley does have damage. Yes, he does. Wesley's just going to have to hold out. And now, yeah, look at that. 7 seconds. The Inter's now going to be struggling. I think, yep, that is Mamba hitting the wall right there. Joe will surely head into the pits. Wesley needs to pit again. Sure. Yep, he will have to pit. I think Dan could go to the end of the race. Dan can go to the end of the race. He can. Oh my. So, yep, Cotton Eye Joe heads into the pit. So does Mamba. Where do they come out? In the train. Invisible in P6. Marco Bota in P5 as well. DRS is enabled. It's a changeover point, lads. 90 comments. Now, Dan has got the lead. Wesley in P2 then. Where do Cotton Eye Joe and Mamba come out of this mess then? I think Joe may inherit P3. Maybe P4. We head out the pits now. Cotton Eye Joe will come out behind Invisible then. So third, fourth and fifth. So yep, still in this top 5 there's one person who has won a race, and that's Wesley. This is definitely donkeys to lose. Wesley's going to have to pit again, and now it's time to see. And now it all comes to green flags again then. We've got all the rain out the way then. That was the shortest rain span I've ever seen. And now, yep, Donkey's just got to hope then there is no safety car. DeLuca now and Shabby exchanging positions. Shabby up the inside into turn number 8 then. They do exchange positions once again, side by side, into turn number 9 then. Oh, a little bit of a switch potentially. They get it out of the wall. They keep it out of the wall then, these two. But DeLuca loses a position to a race winner of Shabby then. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. There is no other word. We've got yellow to sector 2. There's someone who's lost it, and that is Marco Bota round. Oh, that is one of the people who haven't won a race yet. The only person in the top 6 has to pit. All the top 5, all the net top 5 haven't won yet. Yeah, that is still, well, actually, as Marco Bota has just lost that. All the net top 4 have not won yet. 7 from 7 could happen here today, ladies and gentlemen. C2. Oh my. We're only 15 laps into the race. We've still got half the race to go. Is this going to be... Oh no, mine, no. Diniz. What was that? This has gone for a race from hell. Diniz, that was a... Oh my. Diniz will have to pit. Fiscal will Quinscola stays out. Quinscola didn't get damage from that, but Diniz is surely going to be in a heap of trouble for that incident. Dan is 10 seconds ahead of Invisible. 10 seconds. That is pivotal. So at the moment, net podium is Dan, Invisible, Cotton Eye Joe. Hey, that's what I can see. C2 is much better when you watch it and don't take part. God, you probably would have done well this race. We're only 15 laps in and we've already hit 100 comments. This shows how exciting this race has been. Then is on to the mediums then. Those will go to the end of the race now. And now this is where it gets interesting then. 11 seconds. That gap is widening at the top then. Dan is making full opportunity of this time he has on track. It's going to be, at the moment, 7 from 7, but what driver could it be? We've still got to factor in that this is Singapore, Marina Bay, the street circuit. Oh my. The street circuit that everyone usually fails at, as yeah, we've already seen Fiscal has DNF. Only one DNF so far. I don't think that will be it. Please can someone go into the Discord and say, go watch this stream. C2, 6 from 6. If there's an admin, my goodness, this is unbelievable. Gexy, can you put in the general chat, or anyone put in the general chat that yeah, that's happening, and you need to come and watch this race then. Link this everywhere. This is not going to be easy. I still don't know who could win this race. Penalties could also come into this as well. Don't forget about penalties. As now 10k, maybe around the outside of turn 7 of Marco Bota then. Want to move, this could be the contact between the two. They run wide, and 10k around the outside. Gets the move done. If Dan has a stream or on, he needs to just work on not getting any penalties. Yeah, and let the gap do the work for it. He needs to avoid penalties. It's 10 seconds the gap as Deniz heads into the pits once again. I assume for front wing damage. It's not been the Toro Rosso's race here today then, as now this mid-pack is getting spicy. 10k leading it after that overtake on Marco Bota. Mamba's also got through as well then. As now Shabby, within a second of Dogobs, is on that second boundary. The Mercs, it is the time for the Mercs to pounce here, and they're not taking the opportunities. Shabby's perfect chance to get 2 from 2, and oh my god, Donkey Dan has pulled off a worldie of a strategy that I think Ferrari would be proud of. And Wesley seems to be heading into the pits at lap 17. I wonder where he'll come out. Surely down behind Prince Killer, but he will be on the medium, so he will be able to close up. But yep, surely for Wesley, it's going to be a Merc disaster class once again as Chem goes and picks up a penalty. He's got a front wing to change, as that is Marco Bota also in the pits for front wing damage. Prince gets past him as well. So Marco Bota surely has got a bit of front wing damage to his name. He does, he's got a front wing change. Wesley should have pit for new hards. He can't. Wesley's only done what he hasn't done a stop yet in this race. That's why he couldn't go on to hards then. Deniz, 13th so far. Yeah, he started and needed to go. Exactly. Thank you, Goldie, for clarifying that for the audience. Yellow to sector 1. That's someone lost it. That is Wesley who's lost it. Wesley's lost it out of the pit lane. No safety car, no VSC there, but it's all gone to ham for Wesley then. The Merc, who could have been on for something, is definitely not going to be on for something anymore then. Yellow to sector 1. Let's just hope he can recover around this lap, then hope for a safety car then, as Marco Bota will be flying past him any moment now then, as Wesley, another turn to the tail. Looks like the winner of China will not be getting any closer to another second win here. He would have been fast on mediums, exactly, Gexy. I don't think that's going to happen here today then. So now it seems like a certain Invisible is closing up to Donkey Dan then. 9.9 seconds, he's got 13 laps to exchange things. 9.6 now. It seems like Invisible has got a little bit more pace than Dan. Obviously the tyres are younger. This is going to be interesting at the end of the race. Shabby sets the fast up of the race. Shabby is closing up. He did get past Dogard, remember. He clipped on the inside of the wall of the pit exit. He has damage from the front. Yeah, Wesley definitely has damage. He's going to head into the pit lane shortly. As now that's Marco Bota and Wesley going side by side. Into the final sector we go then. Still side by side, and that's Marco Bota now through on the Merc then. And look, there's a bit, I thought there was a bit of barrier hanging out there. I don't think there is any barrier hanging out there. But it seems like Marco Bota is now past, and the question is, can he make up any positions on anyone? That would be interesting. He needs a safety car if this strategy is going to work for him. Let's just be realistic here today then. 9.4. Invisible is closing, but just not enough yet. Cotton Eye Joe on that podium as well. Top 3, none of them have got a win yet. 22 on the weights. They should be possible. 22 laps on those tyres are possible. You can pit as early as lap 6 for the hards then. He pits on lap 9. So Dan should be fine on tyre wear. Down on final lap of the tyres. That could mean that he hit the tyre cliff. But 22 laps is certainly possible for Dan. Yes, it is. But look at this. Invisible has closed a second in this lap. If it's a second lap, Invisible will be on the back of it by the end of the race. Do not count out the Ferrari in this one. A Ferrari win in Singapore. It looks like 2019 all over again. Conor Joe is still there as well. It seems like Donkey Dan has not got this covered yet. The gap is closing. It is closing. It doesn't seem like Dan has the pace in the race then. It's closed by a second. Has Dan got any damage? He's got yellow sector 1. That instant is off. If that's a safety car, it's a VSC. Dan will be sighing right now. Dan will be loving life. He gets a break. And that gap, obviously the gap will extend because of the VSC, so don't worry about that then. But this will help out Dan's tyres as well. This helps out Dan massively. If that was a safety car, Dan would be in a heap of trouble. But no, he's been saved by the VSC. Then the gaps do get bigger on the VSC, so that is not an equal representation. And as the splits, obviously you're going through the splits a little bit slower. So don't worry about the gaps widening at all. They will close once again. So no, Invisible has not lost 2.5 seconds there. Keeping it out for puncture. My god, I hate VSCs, yeah. And now we're back to green, and Freeman Killer has got a 3-second time penalty there. Invisible now. We'll see that gap close. It's 10.1, but that will close hopefully to see a battle. It's still 10.1, which means that maybe that gap did not close. Maybe Dan has made an advantage under the safety car. I think that may be something to check here for a second, because Dan has just made a second underneath the safety car. That is not what we want to see then. Lost 2 seconds under it yesterday, crashed into a barrier. Yeah, Brent, that's your fault. But yeah, it seems like Dan has actually gained a second from that VSC then. So I'm not sure what to say about that one. Hopefully he stays within the rules and hasn't lost it. But yeah, that gap is closing once again. 10 seconds with 11 laps to go then. Speeding when the safety cars are ending. Surely that's what Dan has just done. I think that could be gone to a stewards inquiry if anyone does inquire that one, as now Shabby is going to spoil the dreams. Diniz retired at turn 1. I think he crashed into the wall. As now Shabby seems to be closing in on the turf of Cotton Eye Joe. Cotton Eye Joe does not have the OSN. Excuse that for a second. I was just getting a drink of water then. As now we can see a few battles happening on the track. The Renault of 10K versus Black Mamba. And then DeLuca ahead. DeLuca could be on for a good strategy as well then. Don't count out the Haas in this one. Back in the day, obviously loads of you would not know, DeLuca was a championship winner. Oh, he's hit the wall. And he's got, without that, he's got unscathed from that incident. So DeLuca, back in the day, was season 3 C2 champion. Or back in the day, that was, I believe it was called something completely different. It was, I completely forget what it's called now. It was F2, yeah, F2 back then. As it was RLH F2. And my god, that was an aggressive tier with the likes of Fretty in that tier as well then. They had a great battle. But it seems like DeLuca not where he used to be in terms of pace then. That gap is closing, but it seems like Invisible may have gone off the pace there. He may have not warmed up his tyres enough. So it seems like this is obviously Dan's to lose then. Maybe Invisible's lost a little bit of momentum underneath that VSC then. Penalties wise, we are going to check penalties this race. And oh, look how many pits that people have already made. Dan has not got a penalty. Invisible does not have a penalty, but he's got a double warning. Poor Joe. Why are we saying poor Joe? Can you please jinx it and say make Shabby there? Oh my god, Shabby's up for the win. I cannot do anything. I'm not jinxing Shabby, but Shabby seems to be on the back. It's Murto versus Honda Power, and surely this is a move for P3 then for Shabby. Cotton Joe trying to stick around the outside, but no. Shabby with that extra pace in hand, with the extra experience as well on track, seems to have got through pretty easy. 10K and DeLuca exchanging positions, and 10K maybe around the outside, done the same move that he did to Marco Bota. Oh no, contact! Oh, that seems like a George Russell Grosjean moment there, as DeLuca has got damage then. Going to be in the wars there, as now Black Mamba's going to have to try and get past as soon as possible. How was he C3 last season? I don't know. It's now around the outside. Yep, he does go. And now DeLuca gets a 3-second time penalty as his race has gone to ham. And looks like the Renault of 10K may get a penalty to his name for that one as well then. Meanwhile, Shabby still a second away from Invisible. Will that gap close? Another question that we need to ask ourselves then. As Connor Joe still within DRS of Shabby then. But that gap is now solidifying at that 9.5 seconds then. Invisible not cutting in on it anymore. He was champion. Yeah, exactly. He was champion for a reason then. Let's have a look at their last lap times. Donkey Dan, last set, a 1 minute 41. Look at that, yeah. Look at that. After the VSC, lap times have improved significantly for Donkey Dan. A 41.2 last time around. Invisible setting a 41.1. It seems like Invisible at one point after he pit for hards had some great pace on the hards, but that pace is slowly dying off then. Look at that. So 42.40, 40.9 after the safety car. Now it's around a 41.3. Maybe the tyres are starting to come off. Rain expected. Rene, how have you got that? Rene, I'd like to see your reasoning behind that one. Surely. Is that more rain? I'd like to know. Renault and Mercedes would have had the exact same points if it ends like this. Oh, that would be interesting for the final round at Suzuka. Obviously, Suzuka comes out on the day that the Schumacher edition is released, so do not delete your F1 2019 inside info. So I think Rene has got some info from Dan that at the end of this race there could be wet weather. Oh my. Rene, if you do know, please let me know when it's scheduled. Is it 10 or 15 minutes? If it's 15, we probably won't see it. If it's 10, we may see it. If it's 5, oh my goodness, what an end that would be to the race. But I feel, is there going to be a late safety car in this race? That would screw over Dan so badly. But I don't feel like everyone's going to make it to the end. I just have this feeling that we'll have one more DNF then. Was 10 2 minutes ago. Oh my. Rene. Oh my Jesus Christ. So does this mean, so 10 minutes ago, I'm just doing a little bit of maths here. 1 minute 30, 3 minutes, 4 minutes 30, 6 minutes, that's 4 laps. So we, about 6-7 laps, we should see, so lap 30, is it a bit too late? Is it a bit, yeah, I think it's a bit too late, 10 minutes. We're on lap 23 of 31. I feel like, Rene, unless it comes down hard, we won't see rain at all. Or we won't see any rain that will really change up the race then. And now, Mercedes versus Ferrari then. You can see how much Conor Joe... Oh no, Joe's got damage. Joe's got damage. That's why he's gone off the pace then. Dogar's in behind. He's on for a very good result as well then. Dogar's performed well around Street Circus. Baku was another one. And I think he got damage on that final lap of the race then, in that massive crash that included Prince Killer and I believe Marco Bota as well then. But now it's Ferrari versus Mercedes. The Mercedes of Shabby has got some pace, but is it too late on in the race? We just don't know. But at the moment, Dan is doing whatever he needs to do. He's replying to Invisible's lap times perfectly to win this race then. Shabby though, on the back of Invisible. We're back to the complete dry conditions that we had at the start of this race now. And Shabby is really low on fuel as well actually. So I feel like it could be a saving fuel behind. We've got yellow in sector 2. That is DeLuca around. DeLuca's lost it. Will that be a safety car? He's hit the wall once again. And yeah, that will be a heart in mouth for Donkey Dan. But DeLuca has been able to keep it out of the walls. And oh no, he's hit the wall. Oh my, DeLuca. Oh no, he's lost it. Is there a safety car? Is there a safety car? Is that car clear then? I feel like It's just yellows. There is no safety car. Dan has had the luckiness of a lifetime. Oh my. Dan, everything has gone in his favour today. It's clear. He's been lucky. Dan has been oh so lucky there for it to not be a safety car. So Luca down there, he's basically parked it. He's just retired, and oh, DeLuca will be slapping his knee. And I told you someone else would retire on track, but it hasn't given us a safety car. That would really spice up this race. It feels like this will be the end of the race. Wesley Pitts, has he got damage, or is this just for fastest lap? He has got damage, and that will be going for fastest lap now for the Merc. Then at the moment, fastest lap goes to oh, actually Deniz, who has retired from the session. There's our F3B champ right there, my favourite champ ever. You love it. You were his teammate, weren't you? DeLuca and goalie this. Yeah, DeLuca, not today for him. It doesn't seem like it's worked out for him today. Meanwhile, in behind though, it's Ferrari versus Mercedes then. Shabby versus Invisible for P2 in this race then. He's going to have the DRS he needs. He's going to have the EOS he needs. He's going to have the slipstream as well then. Invisible goes to the outside. He's got the racing line though. But down the inside, Shabby will go. Invisible breaks late. They don't have contact. Clean racing between the two of them. And Shabby seems to have done it down the inside and around the outside for turn number 8. Good move by Shabby to get himself up into P2. I feel like Invisible will be happy with a podium though. Meanwhile, battle for P4. Dogarbs versus Cotton Eye Joe. That's another one we need to look out for. Cotton Eye Joe has lost a bit of front wing. So now it's time for the racing point of Dogarbs to pounce. Meanwhile, these two battle. Marco Bota goes in. There's more yellows in sector 2. I don't know who's at 4. There was yellows. Cotton Eye Joe. Is that Invisible? Invisible's lost it. Invisible has lost it. I think, yeah, Invisible has lost a lot of time. And Wesley, yeah, so Invisible has lost that. And I think is now, has he got damage actually? I think he's escaped damage, but he's lost it at the hairpin. So now he's in the clutches of Dogarbs. The luck has really gone on Donkey Dan's side here today then. Hopefully we can get an interview from the 7 in 7. And he's going to last 5 more laps then. This is huge for Shabby and the drivers as it stays like this. All of his challenges in the driver are outside the top 5. Oh, wow. So who's it? So 10K, Mamba, Prince and Wesley. Yeah, all outside the top 5. Shabby, at the moment, this is huge for his championship. Absolutely huge. Going to the final round, Shabby will surely have a massive lead. And Walshabert isn't here, is he? That's a good point. Walshabert isn't even here. Why is he not here? That would have been interesting to see where Walshabert would have finished in this race. Gexy with the jinx. He won the jinx. So then the top. And Dogarbs is now past Cotton Eye Joe then for P4. Surely. I feel like Cotton Eye Joe is just going to hold on as much as he can as 10K closes up. Now we get to the end of the race then. So the lead is 10 seconds. It seems like now. It seems like a certain Shabby is clear. And Wesley's going for fastest lap now. 40.0 on his lap. 39.8. And I assume this lap will be something to really shout about for Wesley then as he goes down. He tries to go up the inside of his teammate. And he's just going to have to go through his teammate. Hopefully they don't crash then. As that, oh, look at that. And there you go, Wesley's pass. And this will be for the fast lap of the race then. Come down into the braking zone once again. Wesley flying through now. And surely this will be a fastest lap attempt. Will it be the fastest lap though? Deniz on a 37.7. You can get 34s on the softs then. They've got low fuel in the car as well. Surely it's going to be a very fast lap. It's going to be a 1:37.5. Only beat Deniz by 0.2 of a second for that fast lap then. So Wesley picks up that award, it seems, for the night, as no one else is really pinned unless Marco Bota can improve his lap time as well then. So the battle for fast lap is happening at the bottom. But at the top then, we've got 10K. Well, not at the top, middle pack, mid pack. We've now got 10K closing up on Cotton Eye Joe. The winner last time out at Abu Dhabi, Shabby Dabby. Now closing up on Cotton Eye Joe. Still one person who we thought at the start of the race could be a winner of this race. Got a little bit of damage, and that's cost him at the end of the day then. 10K, where's he going to go for? He's going to go up the inside of turn 8, and that is a daring move from 10K, and he has got past there. F for Prince, yes it is, and a complete F for Prince. But he's actually closing up on Chem Gozen then. Prince had a very unlucky race actually, as now 10K flying through now right ahead of Cotton Eye Joe by a second now, and now it's Mamba's time to pounce as now Joe has closed up to this mid pack, and I feel like he's going to just fly down and he's not going to be in a good position by the end of this race. And P7 and penalties could change a bit here as well. We haven't really looked at penalties outside of the top 3 then. I'm just going to have a look at Shabby's penalties. I assume he's got none. Shabby's not very... Oh, he's got 1 actually. He's actually very close to 2. Invisible still without a penalty. So Invisible could have got P2 very easily there. But it seems like on pace wise he's not going to get that unless Shabby picks up another warning then. That would be interesting though for the end of this race, because Dogarbs is only 1.9 behind as well. Dogarbs is only what, 6.5 seconds behind Shabby as well. Mamba picks up a 3 second. That's not going to be good for his chances of getting anywhere high in this race then. 3 gold each. Oh god. Oh my. Donkey down though, 11.5 seconds ahead now. And it seems like this race is almost done and dusted, and there's Mamba with that penalty to his name. And there's rain. There is rain. So that's what Rene said. It's our second spurt of rain in Singapore. The question is, will this affect any of his drivers down the inside? Mamba goes of Cotton Eye Joe then. Will the rain worsen enough in the final few laps? You'll be muted. I don't think Ip is in the service, so I don't think it'd matter. But 3 laps to go, and the rain has started once again then. There is rain once again. The question is, will it worsen? Will it worsen enough to get in trouble? Look at that, the rain's come down very quickly actually. So potentially last lap intermediates? Question. Who knows? As now, look at this. So Dan, he's got a comfortable gap, so I don't think he would need to pit. But will anyone gamble on the inters then with a lap or 2 to go then? It's a very long lap around here. You can gain a lot on the inters compared to the hards. Prince have to make a 3 goals. So this is where maybe someone like someone out of it, maybe Prince may pit for the inters then. If only this race was 5 laps longer, then my goodness, this would have been interesting. But it seems like unless the conditions worsen so much on this next lap, we've got 3 laps to go in this race. It's actually going down quite hard actually. Lads, this could be pivotal. So, will anyone pit for the inters? Bin. Well, the question is, will anyone pit for the inters on the final lap maybe? Look at that, the hard's struggling already. Donkey has time to react to anyone who pits before him. He just needs to wait for Shabby to pit, then respond. Yep, thank you Martin Brundle, Ted Kravitz, whoever you want to be in my pit box today, in my commentators box here today. Yeah, look at that. The conditions are getting very bad very quickly. We are seeing, look at that, rain on the visor. I think it's time for inters. I think it's time for inters. I honestly do. If I was one of the drivers, I would pit for inters right now. We've still got 2 laps to go around this track. I would actually pit. If I was Dan, I would pit for inters right now. Actually, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Don't say that, actually. I don't think Dan would. But yeah, look at this. Renault was right. DRS disabled. It's pit time. It's pit time once again. Will anyone pit? Is DRS disabled? Will Dan head into the pits? He does. Dan heads into the pits. Will Shabby hold it out then? Nah. Yellow sector 3. Someone's lost that Wesley in the wall. And now, yep, Shabby stays out. Here we go. So Dan heads in for the inters. Shabby stays out. Will Invisible stay out? Invisible pits. Dogarth pits. 10K pits. We have 2 laps to go. And this is just getting tasty. Once again, Dogobs picks a penalty. No. That's not going to help out Dogobs in the slightest. Everyone seems to pit. Prince is staying out. Right, the question is how much quicker are the Inters than the Hards? 2 laps to go. 4 minutes of racing to go then. Oh, yellow takes a free. Oh, someone's lost it. Chem Goes has lost it into the pit lane. Oh, no. Everything's changing now. Right, we need to have a look. Gap is 10 seconds. Chem Goes is retired in the pit lane. There shouldn't be any VSC for that then. And now, here we go. How much is the gap going to decrease? It's 10 seconds. 9.2. Shabby has a chance to win this. I don't think Pit is the right thing. Can't see him gaining 50. DRS is disabled, Goldie. Anything can happen. It's 7 seconds already. I don't think Shabby's got the right call. Dan has got every single strategical call right. Come on, Prince. Prince is in P3. 10 seconds. He's got to the next car. Prince could still be on for a good position here today. Then in behind this invisible 10k Mamba, Dogobs, Cotton Eye Joe. Surely Shabby has not picked the right call here today. How much will Shabby go down though? Look how slow Shabby is. Come on, Dan, 7 from 7. I completely forgot that narrative, but now, yeah, look, Shabby, he tried it, and the rain has got too worse too quickly. And look at that, down the inside he goes into the tunnel. Shabby has to go down into 30 miles an hour, and Dan has taken back the lead of the race then. The question is, will Invisible get P2? The gap, Invisible to Prince, 19 seconds. It's 20 seconds in a lap. The rain surely. Shabby, here we go, 22 seconds in a lap. Shabby has to accept defeat or he's silly. Yeah, he hasn't accepted defeat. Shabby is staying out. This is going to be... So Invisible gets past Prince. Invisible now. 18 seconds to Shabby. 17. Oh my. Who is going to come P2 in this race? Shabby is going so slow. This middle sector is going to be hell. 17 seconds. 16 seconds. It's going down just like that. Look how quickly. Oh my god, it's pedestrian pace. 15 seconds. It's going at 14 seconds. Invisible is closing so quickly. 14 seconds. 14. Still 14. Is he going down to 13? 13 and a half now. It's 13 seconds. Shabby's hit the wall. Shabby's hit the wall. That's going to change everything. 13 seconds now. Prince Killer being overtaken. And now Kateke up to P4. Prince, Black Mamba up to P5. Surely Dogos will get on the action as well. On the final lap of this race. Gap in 10 seconds. Invisible needs to hold on. Invisible. 10 seconds. He's closed down. 8 seconds so far. Is it enough? 9 seconds. It was 7 at this point. Oh my god. It's going to be so close. It's going to be an overline overtake. But I think we need to go now. Dogos gets overtaken by Prince Killer. Who will take the P2? Remember, Shabby has a penalty as well then. Prince can get mugged as well. Yeah, Prince again mugged as well by Cotton Eye Joe, surely. It's 5 seconds, but now, here we go. The narrative continues. Another round then. Donkey Dan takes the win in Singapore. Makes it 7 from 7 then. Shabby picks up another penalty. That's surely, maybe 10k could get P3 here. And look at this, Shabby versus Invisible. Forget about penalties, up to line. Who would take this? Oh my, who's going to get over the line? Shabby up to the line, Invisible there, and Invisible gets the penalties, but my goodness. Where will 10k finish in all of this? He gets P4, Black Mamba P5, Dogos takes P6, Cotton Eye Joe will take P7. Donkey Dan takes the win here today. Oh my, so Prince tried and sadly it didn't go well for him. But my goodness, I just want to see something. Dan stay in the same position. Invisible up 2, Shabby up 7, 10k down 1, Black Mamba up 1, Dogobs up 6. What a result. That rain changed everything. We had 2 bits of rain. Renault takes the constructors lead then. Wesley gets a point. Chem goes and retired, obviously. Down to 10. Oh my goodness. What a race. What a race. Mamba is dead. Invisible. Dan Invisible, Shabby, 10k Mamba. Would I have expected that after lap 1? No. Marco Bosa finishes P9. But Dan takes the win. It's 7 from 7 in C2 Asia Cup. This is 2012 all over again. And I feel like now, whoever wins the final race will win the championship. Look at this. This is amazing. Takes the win here today is Donkey Dan. We said it from minute 1. He was a person to do it, and he has done it. Donkey Dan has made it 7 from 7. P2 Invisible and P3 Shabby. Oh my god. Stay around for the podium interviews, guys. Hopefully all 3 will join. And Shabby's put on his mic. I think Shabby's got a few words to say to everyone. And here we go then. We go through the grid then. Donkey Dan, only person without a penalty on the whole grid then. Invisible takes P2. P3 goes to Shabby. P4 is 10k. P5 goes to Mamba. P6 Dogas. P7 Cotton Eye Joe. P8 Prince Killer. P9 Marco Bosa. And P10 Wesley. All the rest DNF'd. But my goodness, guys. What a race. What a race. That was astonishing. Asia Cup has not bought us one single bad race yet. Just put out there. Can we just stay in Asia? Can we just stay in Asia then? I'm just going to invite the top 3 now then. We've gone through the pecking order. We're going to invite Invisible as well then. And then we will invite Shabby as well. I don't know if we can get it done in time. There you go. Shabby as well then. Invite all top 3 for the podium interviews. And there you go then. There are the results for the final time then. If I can get to it. Excuse me, guys. There we go. There are the results. What a race. We've already got someone into the party then. We have got Shabby in the party. We're going to wait for the other 2 to join. Hopefully. Oh my god. I am shattered after that. Invisible joins as well. We're just waiting for Donkey Dan. Hopefully Dan. Dan. I'm just going to invite Dan. Okay, right. Podium. I'm just going to invite Dan again then. But I feel like instead today, because Dan isn't here yet, we will go from bottom to top then for the interviews, as basically this race was on its head from lap 1. So, if anyone, do any of you actually have Dan as a friend? That would help.
Let me see.
1 second.
Because then I believe it actually gives them an invite instead of me just inviting for the party. If any of you have Dan as a friend, just suggest him to me, please. If not, then do not worry about it.
No, I don't have him either.
Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, anyway. I think we can all agree, what a race. Yeah? Wet twice. It went into twice then, but Donkey Dan got it perfectly. I don't think he's going to be here for the interviews. He's still in the party. Where is Dan? He's not in the party, in the lobby. Is he? We need, honestly, I need to see his reaction. But anyway, we'll go from bottom to top here today then, as hopefully Dan will join. Shabby, P3. It was P2 until basically the final corner. Oh, if neither of you had penalties, I would have been screaming through my lungs. That final lap was scary because obviously you banked on the conditions not worsening enough, but sadly they did, and Invisible did get you in the end. It was 18 seconds with the final lap. but it seems like, yeah, sadly that just wasn't enough. Well done on P3, Shabby. Obviously, after that qualifying, I'm sure you're happy with that result. How was that race for you?
Definitely, yeah. Qualifying was not the best. I started P10. The start, yeah, it was just basic. When the safety car came out, I saw it was raining, but I wanted to stay out. But I saw Wesley staying out as well, so I was like, I'm not gonna do the same tactic. So I just went for inters, and it paid. It didn't really pay out, but yeah. After that, I had not really any trouble or something. Under the safety car, I actually had wing damage, which really sucks. Cost me like a few seconds, but yeah, at the end, the last safety car, last few laps, rain came, and I didn't really know what to do. I saw Donkey Dan going to the pits, so I was like, let me just stay out. Maybe it's not gonna be that bad, but
yeah. Obviously, it did get worse. I'm just gonna try and add Dan as a friend, so then we can try and get him in. If Rene is still in the thingy, I'm just gonna notify Dan. Hopefully, Dan can join the podium interviews because that'll be something to miss. But another question to ask you, Xavi. So obviously, did you kind of know that the hards weren't the right tyre at the start, or were you just hoping that it could have been right, or was it just a qualifying disaster with everything? Like, was it planned to start on the hards, or was it like more you just invalidated your lap?
no, I invalidated my lap. I was like 1.5 seconds up. I probably got it in like P2 or P3.
Oh, okay.
But I invalidated it.
What did you think of that start?
Oh yeah, I saw Prince spin or something. I saw Wesley behind me. A great start from P11 to P6 or something.
Yeah, that first lap was chaotic, but it seemed like you were just making your way through the pack ever so slowly, and you did get a few. You got that first strategy call pretty well done, but obviously you just couldn't close in on everyone else. And anything else you want to add to that one?
Nothing.
But fair play. So that was a great showing. And yeah, well done on that performance then for that P3. P2, probably one that I wouldn't have expected, I've got to admit. But at one point, I've got to admit, there were 5 drivers who had not won a race yet to keep this narrative of 7 and 7 going. And Invisible, you were one of them. And I was like, yeah, maybe it could be Invisible's race. But after everything happened, you were 10 seconds behind, and then you were closing by about a second a lap at one point. But then I don't know, the VSC kind of stopped your progress. So that could have been interesting towards the end. But obviously, Dan had some pace after that VSC. Anyway, how was your race?
Yeah. So it was very surprising to me as well that I got second today. Donkey Dan was just too fast. I think he was too consistent. I wasn't aware actually that I was closing up at some point, but yeah, you're right. The VSCs, they always disrupt my rhythm. And I always struggle after these for a couple laps. So yeah, it disrupts the rhythm a little bit. But well, I'm happy that I got through very well. I had a lot of critical situations ahead of me, like Prince Killer spinning right ahead of me, and I think it was another situation. And I could barely avoid the cars, but at the end I got through without any wing damage at all, and I think that made a big difference. Yeah, it was fun with the rain. I actually liked it. I like driving in the rain, and it was very interesting. And luckily, I was able to make always.
Well, yeah, obviously the wet does help people, and it does stammer others then. But honestly, so what were your thoughts then of pitting with a few laps to go? What did you think of all that? With the rain coming down. So obviously the rain came down with a few laps to go. Obviously you did head into the pits. Then, yeah. What was your thoughts with Shabby staying out and you heading into the pits? Obviously. Well,
initially, so I knew it due to the rain engineer that rain is coming, and ahead I thought also I will drive through with my hard tires, but pretty quickly I realized I couldn't do it. I would have not gotten the car through 100%. Not. I struggled very bad in the last lap, and I just thought I'll try it. That I think that the Inters are so much faster that I maybe can catch up to Shabby, and I didn't expect it to happen after it was, what did you say, 18 seconds at the start of the
It was
last
18
lap?
seconds at the start of the last lap.
Yeah, so, and I knew at some point he had 3 seconds penalty and I had none, then unfortunately I got one as well. So I did not expect that to work out anymore. It was like I didn't even look at the minimap anymore, and 4 or 5 corners before the end of the race, I realized that there's a car ahead of me. So I threw everything out, and yeah, it luckily worked out.
Yeah, obviously penalties playing a pivotal part in the podium then. But Ferrari at the moment, obviously you kind of did well where Prince obviously like hindered. Obviously he did not have a good start. Are you in a party with Prince?
No. Usually when I drive without any party.
Okay. Yeah. Concentration levels, you know.
Better. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, just honestly, well done on that P2. You did everything that you needed to right. Obviously, would have been better if you stayed out underneath the safety car on the hards. But you did the initiative. I would have done the same as you. I would have done the same as everyone and pit onto the Inters. But Dan and Wesley just got it spot on there. You've just got to say props to them. But yeah, honestly, well done to you two on the podium. Sadly, Donkey Dan didn't join us. But now, 7 from 7. Invisible, do you think you could make it 8 from 8?
I hope so. So, I mean, I like Japan. However, I think there are a couple drivers that are definitely faster than I am. And I will see if I'm able to drive next week, actually. I hope so. And then we'll see. I'll try my best. Yeah,
exactly. Can we make it 8 from 8? Can we make it a different winner in every single race in RLH C2 in the Asia Cup then? It's 7 from 7. The narrative continues. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you everyone. Thank you two in the podium. And I've been Spag, and good night.